Hi, welcome to Driving TV and I hope you are well. In this video, I will be helping you with an emergency stop. So how to stop the car in an emergency. First, I will explain and then I will show you how it's done in practice. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so don't miss any of my future videos, and let's start the lesson. Okay, let's talk about the emergency stop first. Now, firstly, not everyone will do the emergency stop in the test. It's 1 in 3 people will do the emergency stop in the test. So you might get it, you might not. So if there are 6 people in the test, there will be 2 taking the emergency stop. So it could be you, could be not. Secondly, if the examiner chooses you to do the emergency stop, he will ask you to stop somewhere safe on the left and then do the emergency stop. So it's not like the emergency stop will come without any warning. If you are going to get the emergency stop in the test, you will be stopped on the left first and then he will ask you to do the emergency stop. Thirdly, if he chooses you to do the emergency stop, like I said, he will ask you to stop and then he will ask you to move off and wait for the warning, which is stop. And normally they say that the warning I'm going to give you to stop the car, stop. When I do that, I want to stop the car fully under control without skidding. And that's the warning he's going to give you before he asks you to stop. So the warning is going to be stop. And then when he asks you to do the emergency stop, before the warning comes, drive as normal. Don't just drive on first gear thinking and waiting for the warning to come. Drive as normal. So if the road is 30 and it's safe to do 30, make sure you drive 30 and drive as normal, changing gear as normal until the warning comes. Then you do the emergency stop. Many times, many learners, soon as the examiner asks him to do the emergency stop, they just drive on first gear and wait for the warning to come. So drive as normal and then do the emergency stop when he asks you to do, or when he gives you the warning with his hand or asks you to stop. So as you're driving along, if the examiner asks you to do an emergency stop, he will ask you to stop somewhere safe on the left first. So mirror, put the signal on and stop somewhere safe on the left where it is safe. So make sure you are parking nicely. Stop somewhere safe on the left. Once you stop, put the handbrake on, neutral, signal off. If he's gone off already, just fine. And rest your feet and both hands on the wheel and you wait. And now he's going to ask you to move off and drive as normal and wait for the signal stop. When he does that, you stop the car in an emergency as if you are saving somebody's life. And then you drive as normal and wait for the signal when he says stop, and then you do an emergency stop. So first thing you do, put the clutch down, go to first gear and you set the gas. And then you look all around, blind spot, and you signal right as if you are moving off normally. You look at the blind spot again, handbrake off, blind spot again, and you move off. And then you drive as normal. You drive as normal, the way you would normally. Change gear on time, and the driver, bear that in mind that the signal could come anytime. Make sure to drive as normal. So you would drive changing gear on time and wait for the signal. So don't just drive on first gear as if you are just waiting for the signal to come. Obviously, you are waiting for the signal to come, but you drive as normal and you change gear as normally as you normally would. And Just to remind, when you do brake, make sure it's the brake first and then the clutch. Keep both hands on the wheel, put the handbrake on, neutral, wait for him to tell you to move off. So you're driving along as normal. Stop! Both hands on the wheel, handbrake on, neutral, rest your feet, both hands on the wheel. And now he's going to ask you to move off. Clutch down, first gear, set the gas. Both blind spot. So looking all around and looking at both blind spot. No signal. Handbrake off. One more time. Anyone around? And move off. And that's the end of emergency stop. Okay, I hope this video helps. Just to summarize, always remember that not everyone gets the emergency stop in the test. So it's 1 in 3. So you might get it, you might not. If you do, the examiner will ask you to stop first and then give you a warning that you are going to get an emergency stop. So don't wonder the whole test thinking, am I going to get the emergency stop without any warning? And if you do get it, make sure you drive as normal until the signal comes. So don't just drive on first gear, drive as normal, and when you do get the warning, that's when you do the emergency stop. When you stop, make sure you have both hands on the wheel until the car stops fully. When it does, that's when you put the handbrake on and go to neutral, and then keep both hands on the wheel until the examiner asks you to move off. And then before you move off, make sure you check at the both blind spot and go without signal. So before you move off, after you've done the emergency stop, and make sure you check all round, especially both blind spot, and then move off without any signal. And I hope this video helps. Okay, that's it for today, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, please do give a thumbs up, and if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. And please do make a comment what you think of the video, and I hope to see you again on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.